Rightio, yeah, I'm going to do this back seal. A bit of wind around, so sorry about the wind noise, but yeah, this is that seal. It peels off. Ours, last time I did it, I put some bathroom wet seal tape over the top of it, thinking that might have helped it, but it didn't really. It made a bit of a mess, that's why it's got that bits of chunky glue on it. Where we have it parked, it cops the sun pretty much all day, so it's probably, yeah, a big contributing factor. But yeah, I've pulled all the old stuff off and I'm just going to run this. This is what I found probably works the best. Double-sided tape. So, and the worst thing is it comes in, what is it, 1.5 metre rolls or this 10 metre roll. So the whole thing, I think it's 222.
So one roll doesn't quite
So yeah,
cut it.
one small roll doesn't quite cut it, so you need to get either two small ones and put a joint in it, or the one big one. But you know, I think you're probably going to need it. This is something I'm going to look at probably every 12 months. The last one I did about 12 months ago, I think. So we'll see how this one holds up. I'm going to try and shade it a little bit better this time, but yeah, I'll just see how it pans out. But we'll run him along the bottom bit first. Start up on this edge, peel him back, and then I'm just going to line him up with that top section. And just keep running him out. Stick him in, pat him all down, push him nice and tight so it adheres very good. I put what do we use, some lavender methylated spirits to tidy it all up, get all the old glue and gunk and that off. So should be a nice clean surface. But we it hasn't created an issue like leaking wise, has it?
No.
So it's just the way it looks, I suppose. But I had this cleaned up, or I had it pulled off the old bit, what, 2 weeks ago, ready to do it, and then it sort of had torrential rain since then, so it sort of didn't happen. It sat there in that rain. We've had over 600 mils in that time, and there's no water in the back of the van at all. Oh, yeah. Sitting down there. Push it just around that corner a bit. And yeah, I'll just I might go get that blue scraper actually, that'll help stick him down. Yeah, I just use one of these, comes with when you buy a sticker kit sort of thing, so you just use it to push him down. Right, now the fun bit. We'll peel the backing off. Doesn't help when you trimmed your fingernails, the smaller one. There we go. So I'm just going to do this in little sections, I think, to try to limit. Just got to make sure there's a little ledge bit on the inside and it sits up on that. So I've purposely left this so there's a bit off the bottom, just because it's gonna, I sort of damaged that seal a bit, or not the seal, the Sikaflex, when I was scraping the tape off that I put on there. So I've got a theory that that's going to help seal that up, and I'm thinking I might run a bead of silicone along the bottom of this anyway. That's me next plan to sort of hopefully rectify it, but yeah. There. Where do I put that? No. We'll just give him the same treatment. Yeah, so that's all the glue that's still on the outside. I could probably clean it off better, but I'll do that later date. I might even replace that whole seal at some stage when we go to sell. We'll see how that goes. And yeah, that bottom bit stuck down a bit, hopefully. Well, on to the next job. Rightio, so I'm all set up to do the wheel bearings. I'll just show you, I've used the scissor jack that come with the van. I think it's quite handy. I don't take it away with me. I've got another bottle jack that I use out of the car if I need to, but doing this stuff, it's really handy. But yeah, I put me stabiliser legs down, plus put a axle stand under the chassis there, so it's all safe. But yeah, first thing first, I need to remove the little hubcap. I'd leave the wheel on. I don't take the wheel off to do the wheel bearings. I find it's easier to get yourself some leverage with the wheel there. There's no need to unseat it if you don't have to. Normally every second, normally every time I do the wheel bearings, I'll rotate the wheels with the ones on the back, but this time I'm not gonna, because I only just rotated them, so they're probably lucky to do, would have done maybe what, 1,000 Ks like that. So that's how it is. Now we've got to get the main hub cap off, so I'll just give a bit of a tap and then grab a screwdriver, just try and get in behind that lip, rotate him around, bit of a leverage, Saturday morning home club. Right, I'll just grab my pry bar now, I'll line him up. There we are. So that's gonna expose your cotter nut, your cotter pin, and your axle nut. So where's me? There we are. So I've got to remove the cotter pin. I'll just bend him straight if I can. As you can see, this is that grease looks pretty good. It honestly wasn't done that long ago, but because of where I'm going, what I'm going to be doing, I'll take all the precautions. Cotter pin. So I just keep a tub beside me. I use this blue workshop cloth, and I'll chuck all my parts like that in there. A few rags. They can stay over here. That's just filled with brake clean, so the wheel bearings will go straight in there. I'll clean a bit of the grease off them, but yeah, they'll probably go fairly well straight into that. I'll get a couple of these just to clean off the grease. This is where I really wish I had a hoist, but yeah. And realistically, that nut shouldn't be that tight that you can't undo it like that. Like when you're doing them up, you only have to take that plate out of the wheel bearing. So I just hand tight. That's it. That's as good as it needs to be. Take that axle nut off, and then yeah, we'll pop the outer bearing out. So I normally just give that wheel a bit of a wiggle, and yeah, normally she just pops off. Might need a little bit of encouragement. It is a parallel axle, so yeah. There we are. So there, one bearing. Pop that wheel off, and then I'll clean all this grease out. Lay him down. Pop this seal off. And yeah, it looks like, so that'll get thrown out. Looks like we've got a bit of water going in on these ones. Where do we go? With water? I'm trying to think.
Where did we go before Cape Palmer started?
I don't know. We did a fair bit last year. Anyway, we'll tidy them all up. Move him to the side. It's always handy to have a bit of big tub of brake clean when you're doing this. And then yeah, just clean it all up, inspect the axle, make sure there's no marks or anything on it, and you're all good. Inspect your brakes while you're here. Make sure you've still got plenty of meat on your pads and your brake shoes. Yeah. So yeah, I'll tidy up these wheel bearings and inspect them, see if they can run again. I'm probably going to put new ones in just because of the trip we're doing. So yeah, I'll tidy them up and have a look anyway and see where we go. So yeah, basically just knocking that's what's called your bearing cup, knocking that out. If you have a look inside here, there's a ledge of it, so yeah, just punch him out with a drift. Move back up into the cover.
The back.
Should put the awning out, but anyway. Yeah, so I'll give that a good clean up. Get the all the old grease and shit out of it, and then we'll knock the new bearing cups back in there. Well, we're going to get all this brake dust and shit out of the brake drum. So you just want to tap that in gently. Now I've got a old bearing cup in here that I've somewhere. So yeah, it's good to keep an old bearing cup. You can use it for tapping in the new ones. Hear that different sound? That means she's home. So yeah, we'll flip her over and do the inner one. So I keep them separate so I know which one's which. So I'll put the bearing, the seal with that bearing, so I know that that's the inner. So once I've done the packing of the bearings, I can just put them all in their spot. Now's the fun part. Get to play with the yucky grease. So we'll do this one first. That's why it's always handy to have some gloves. So yeah, I just buy it in the tub like that, a bit easier than the grease gun, I find anyway. Dollop in your hand. I do have a snap-on greaser somewhere, but bearing packer, but I find this is just as easy. So you just want to squeeze bits of grease through, see how it's come through. Just grab a little bit at a time. Work your way around. Clean out the excess grease. And then I'll just same again around that. And then he can go sit in his new home. I'll grab a bit of towel and tidy all that up directly, but what I'll do now is I'm just going to do this other bearing while I'm covered in shit. Rightio, so I've got that other bearing packed. We'll drop this seal in now. That way that holds that inner into position. You don't want to be too rough with these, just give them gentle taps until they're nice and flush. And yeah, that's your seal done. We'll flip him back over now. Now I'll chuck a little bit of grease on the inside there. In that void that's between them. I don't know if it actually is going to do anything, but it just gives it a little bit of moral support, I think. So yeah, rightio. Now we'll bring him back over to the wheel, to the axle, and she'll go on there. I'll just stay there. I'll just get a little bit of grease on my finger and just put on that lip of that seal, just a tiny bit, just to help it slide it home. Shouldn't be too bad, but just so he gets in his up over that. Help you out. Yeah. Closer. Language. Suppose. Just keep up on that seal. All good. All right. Add a bearing in there. You can see it's the same, but you can use the caster nut, axle nut to push him through. Just get him out. Pry him off. Spin around. What I like to do with new bearings, I'll just nip him up a bit, give him a roll. Back off. So she gets that wobble. So just want to take that out. That's him there. It's pretty good. Where do I put that? Yeah. She's not just a little bit loose, but I think if I went a bit more, it'd be too tight for my liking. So what I'll do, because we're doing the trip, hopefully a little weekend getaway next week. We'll recheck them when we get back, and I should be able to nip them up a little bit. Pretty sure. Here we are. Get the little outer cap back on. Trying to over tighten these with plastic and they'll scrape. So yeah, there we are. While we've got him up like that, I'm going to adjust the brakes up, which is back on the inside of the hub, actually inside there. There's a little inspection plate. You pull the plug out, and there's just like a gear. I should have showed you as well. I had it off, and you just adjust him up. I adjust it up to the brake locks, and then back him back just so it just runs freely. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this side. We'll probably leave that for today. We might come back tomorrow and do the other side. I think I've had enough.
Want a beer?
Yeah. So yeah, we'll catch us again tomorrow with the other side. Rightio. So yeah, we've just turned the van around, so you got the outside wheel on the right side for me to work on. So we're going to start attacking the wheel bearing on this side. Same deal. Got the jack under it, stabilise the legs down just to help take a, just in case something goes wrong, and got an axle stand in underneath. Yeah, so what I might do, I might set you up over beside me here, and just so you can see the whole process start to finish. I might just speed it up, put a bit of music over the top of it. So yeah, we'll be back with this once I've got it done.
Doorbell ring. It's much too late to not be anything. Reluctantly I answered, got sucker punched again. A trail of breadcrumbs blowing in the wind. I went down that road again. I went down that road. I went down that road. I went down that road. Driving to the airport, the rain was coming down. My memories were 6 feet underground. Then I see it exit 29 a mile ahead. My muscle memory takes the wheel again. I went down that road again. I went down
Alrighty, yeah, as usual, GoPro's having a few malfunctions. If anyone knows of a better camera like a GoPro they can use, yeah, let us know, because we seem to be having heaps of troubles with this new one. But anyway, yeah, but wheels back on, adjusted the brakes up, everything's all good. Greased the suspension bushes, water tanks are full, checked all the bolts, they're all good. But yeah, just got to grease the hitch once we get him off. But yeah, we'll pack him away, put him back ready for his next adventure, which is hopefully in a couple of weeks. We'll get out over Easter and we might be able to show you a bit of footage of that out there in the big bad world. But yeah, hopefully we'll get some good weather shortly. And yeah, that'll probably do us for this episode. But yeah, cheers. Thanks for watching.